Bro, this is just crazy. This 18-year-old kid who literally no one knows sold sneaker NFTs worth $3.1 million in less than 3 minutes. I don't understand this madness and why this hype around streetwear. Bro, streetwear's dictionary meaning is quite simple. It's just cool, casual and fashionable clothes. But here's what I interpret of it. It is a form of modern art that you wear and it gives you a sense of belonging, being part of a community. What's up everyone, I'm Rahul Badesra and I welcome you to my channel where I give you tips and insights about fashion, grooming and self-improvement. Today we're going to talk about streetwear and I'm going to give you my perspective of what I feel about it and then you can decide for yourself if it's worth the hype or not. We all love streetwear. It's cool, it's comfortable, it's casual and fashionable and above all it gives you a feeling to be a part of a community. But then comes the part that's confusing, the part where I fail to understand, lining up for a sneaker drop for days, crashing websites with humongous traffic, selling out limited edition products in seconds, and then they sell on a resale market. How does this happen? Why does this happen? I just don't understand. 1 minute, I felt I was part of a community and I belonged somewhere, and then second moment, these brands are trying to make profit off of me. And then these so-called influencers are trying to convince me that it's alright. No dude, it's just crazy. So I did some research of my own and studied the timeline for evolution of streetwear and how these brands marched in to hijack this movement and culture away from us. A movement that started in the 1980s-90s on the streets of Harlem in New York with legends like Dapper Dan, Stussy, James Jebbia, and on the other side it was the beaches of California with subcultures of skating and surfing. James Jebbia was one of the first guys to have launched and founded a streetwear brand called Supreme. By the way, spoiler alert, their logo was a lift-off as you can see it here on the screen. James Jebbia noticed that people who were part of the skating and surfing culture were mixing high-end fashion with streetwear brands. For example, Gucci and LV with the likes of Levi's and other such brands. Well, he picked up this idea and ran with it. Next were huge brand collaborations that became a movement that we are still seeing today. The ultimate combination of streetwear meets luxury. Supreme with LV, Gucci with North Face, Dior with Nike, and many more. So what's next? When the brands realized that the demand for their products was high, they made their products scarce, started producing limited quantities of these products, and started making limited edition drops. This resulted in an even higher demand and people queuing up outside their stores, creating bots to buy from websites for these limited edition drops, thinking it would be another world if they didn't get their hands onto these products. Now because only a few managed to get their hands onto these limited edition merchandise, it gave birth to a resale market. For example, a sneaker that was bought for $800 to $1,000 by a buyer is now sold on the resellers platform or in auctions for about 4 to 10 times the price, depending on the consumer's desire, rather desperation to own this product. The moment the brands would start mass producing these products, the demand would totally crash, and so does the reseller market. What next? The hype is busted, and then what? The same happened with Yeezy.
I've been saying I want to get rid of laces, and we still have shoes we sell with laces because it's a popular shoe and people love this shoe.
Till the time they were limited, they were premium. Now that they're sold in retail, it's not so premium anymore and the demand is gone. Now these so-called influencers who were all praised for this brand are now calling this brand obsolete and out of fashion.
Is Yeezy resale dead?
Is Yeezy still cool?
Certain Yeezy models cost a lot less on the resale market than they used to.
Here's a fun fact for you. The brand Supreme that started this movement was bought over by a big corporation for $600 million and later that investment group, who was looking to get a multi-fold return on their investment, sold it for $2.1 billion. Clearly profiting off of the streetwear culture and its hype. Fans are fickle and hype is fragile. Cashing in on the insecurities of consumers is the ultimate desire of a brand. These are the words from Hasan Minhaj and such interesting lines, and I think it's so true.
But if everyone has them, then I don't want them anymore. And without objects that make me stand out, what am I? Then I just have to be myself, and that's terrifying. Because I'm insecure and I need things to make me feel better about myself.
So what is the future of streetwear? We often talk about streetwear in the terms of culture. But in the last decade, the term went from describing subculture movements and their values to excusing run-of-the-mill consumerist behavior. Brands, many of which are the ones screaming loudest about the culture, don't mind the state of affairs at all because it propels the hype bullet train, enriching them along the way. The thing is, happy people are not a good part for the system. The new wave is to capture the metaverse, moving from streetwear to screenwear. The corporate giants already have metaverse teams in place working to create a marketplace, acquire and invest in companies that are initiating this subculture race into the gaming world in the form of NFTs. A brand recently sold $3.1 million worth of limited edition sneaker drop in the form of NFTs designed by an 18-year-old kid who no one knew before this. And guess what? It got an investment from a Silicon Valley-based corporation the very next day. And then there are these payment and banking companies that want you to buy now and pay later so that you get addicted to debt, and that is the worst form of it. Kids are actually spending their monthly earnings in this fat bubble of streetwear culture. That's not fair and that's not cool. Never-ending topic, but let me try and conclude this for you. According to me, the streetwear culture is very fragile and brands are always manipulating the hype with the help of their marketing budgets and efforts. And of course, then there are these artists, celebrities and influencers that are hired based on their popularity to make you believe that it's cool and worth it. So in a nutshell, streetwear is you. It is your comfort, your personal style, and of course, supporting the local artist by buying their merchandise, clothes, etc. And now that you've watched this video all the way to the end, it's time to reward you with a bonus tip. So here it is. My advice to you would be to adopt slow fashion. First, use the clothes, the sneakers that you already have, and then think about buying more. Be comfortable in your own skin and don't let your clothes or brands define who you are. Don't be a victim of the fad and the hype created by these brands with their marketing efforts. I hope I was able to make some sense to you and not sound stupid. I am happy to listen to your side of the story and answer you in the comment section below. Well, that's it for this video, friends. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button. I hope you guys are healthy and safe at home. I'll see you guys very soon with my next video. And please remember that life is more fun when you're at the top of your game. Not standing in a queue, waiting for a limited edition drop. A brand is gonna win, not you.